going to be anymore. And in national team games, in qualifiers, men and women, we already use FIBA LiveStats version 7. So tonight I want to show you basic workflow, how to actions. Great, Estefania also can hear me now, so we are all set. So show you just basic things, how to actions to FIBA LiveStats, how to start game, to edit actions, and how to finish a game. Webinar will last about 15 minutes. And the first part, I'm going to explain you the things. Because of I cannot see a chat when I share my screen, so you just type in your questions if you have whenever I explain something. And at the end of my presentation, I will review your questions and give you answers. My screen. And FIBA LiveStats software. So first of all, FIBA LiveStats software can be downloaded from FIBA Organizer website. I will just give you a link to everyone. This link, because there was an information about our webinar, but still I want to share it. So when to download, you just go there and you will always find the latest version there. Okay, I'm sharing again. So I have opened FIBA LiveStats software because I'm going to show you how to start a game, which is already out in our server. I cannot do it on a production environment, so I use a test environment, and they have green menu color. When you run your FIBA LiveStats in production mode, install it, will have a black color. In software, we can start an online game two ways. The first way is to use a license. License is provided by FIBA to your federation, and federation should provide to you. So when you have this license, you go to settings, go to licensing, add your license number here, and click add. I have one license active, so I will just show you how, like when you have a license active. So when you activate the license, you are going to have the games which are connected to your license on your right side. So what you have to do is just select that game, and you will be able to run setup. At the moment, I do not have any test games under this license, so I'm just going to switch this license off. A way to start the game is using a match key. So what I do is to go there and just let me get a key. I will use the website to get a key. Just let me quickly do that. It's important, but because of I made insert, lost it. Okay, so I got a key. Just move my screen again. Okay, so license is 25 characters string, and a match key is 20 characters string. So probably in cup qualifiers, you are going to use license keys, but maybe domestically you are able to use match keys. So I'm not going to confuse you anymore. You have license keys. I add match key, and whenever you choose a game having a license key, you will go to the same window as I go now. So to FIBA and for any other league in this FLS version, what I have to do is to add an ID or email details for scouts. Two tabs, one for operator, one for caller. Probably have two callers, but we do not need the information for both callers. One is enough. So what ID or what email is, this is actually the thing that in Statisticians Network. I'm going to open a Statisticians Network website. So if you want to run a game in FLS, you have to be registered to Statisticians Network. Some of you already have FIBA licenses. So to gain FIBA license, you had to register there. So you have accounts there. I would just log into my own FIBA Statisticians Network, and I will show you the ID. This is my ID, and this is my email address. And they're used for registering to Statisticians Network. So either I can use ID or email. It is much easier to remember 6 figures to type whole email. So I will just add. And also want this to do for a caller. This information goes to servers, and later support or needs some more detailed information about what happened in your game. See your details and be able to contact you. Okay, I entered it. I can go to the next screen and have main information about my PC. On the left side, there is a system specification from my PC, and on the right side, some checks. Internet is connected. Also is connected to live stream, which means that the game statistics will go to servers. For FIBA games, you will have TV graphics, so your license will be activated, and you get a check, green check here as well, because your PC statistics will go to TV. And also check for internet download upload speed, and always want to know what internet connection type you use. I strongly advise to use hardwired Ethernet connection because it is most reliable. Wi-Fi is not that reliable and might have some interruptions. And when I made these system checks, you can go to next screen, and you have information downloaded from servers, which is actually added by. So you will not be able to add referees and umpire commissioner because it will be added for you. But I will just type any information. What you have to do is to check information provided there, and if you see any inconsistencies, you have to notify FIBA support on that. So basically, you will not need to change here anything, just to check if all is okay. Then you go next, team details. So here you have to check details. You have coaches, assistant coach entered for you, so you do not need to do anything for this. But same as with game information, you have to check this information, and if you see any incorrect, you have to notify FIBA. The only you have to do in this window, you have to choose team jersey colors. So for team, you choose one color, and for other team, you choose another color. We have only 16 colors, so try to use the one which is most appropriate. And as you see, we do not have white color. This is because FIBA LiveStats software has a white user interface. So white on white user interface does not look good. So the solution here is to use a light gray, and actually it's not a problem to have gray color instead of white color. We go next. This information is also provided by League. So what you will have to do is to the players who are appearing on the court that night. Either you can select all the players clicking this tick box. So if I see all of them are selected, or you do not want to select each all of the players, you have to do it manually for players you want to select. Here you can check how many players you have selected for a game, so you can easily see if you made a mistake with selecting players. For example, if you have selected 11, but the roster which is provided, you see that there are 12, so you clearly know that you missed someone. You have to check captains. So captains. You will not be able to edit names and surnames, so you just check it. T-shirt numbers will be added here for you, but what you have to do is to check if everything is right, and if it's not right, the only thing what you can do in this screen, you can edit T-shirt. I do not have numbers, so I will just type them here and use the same color which used. I have highlighted the color red, so that I know that two players have the same T-shirt numbers. So easy to check that if there are any mistakes. I will do add numbers for other teams. Once we do it, we can go next. Now we have printing settings. So you can choose default box score for report. I would strongly advise to use FIBA box score and to use English language for report. Though we have some different languages, but this is FIBA game, and you need to use English. Also, you set default report for quick print. I will explain a little bit later what is this. So here, box score should be chosen as well. So you would want to choose your default printer. I use any printer that I have. Also, how many number of copies you would like to print, so that you set it every time you want to print box scores. For example, after each period, you want to print with this printer what you have chosen 5 copies, so you set it all, and you are not going to be asked to choose printer and to choose copies. Footer will be selected for you, so you will not be able to change anything here. But in other leagues, you are able to remove images and add logos, what you need. And the final window, because we have a full court with 2 sides, you have to select shooting on a warm-up. You have to check to what basket teams are doing warm-up and select exactly the same as you have on the court. So if this order is correct, you can use the switch button and switch between baskets and go to the main scouting window. The first prompt is a pre-countdown, and you may have many minutes left until the game. So, for example, you want to add 30 minutes, and whenever you see 30 minutes on the scoreboard, you can start your countdown as well. This is not of much functionality at the moment, but in the future, this information is going to be provided on a website, so fans know that is there any delay in the game, or the game is going to start at scheduled time. Okay, the only button which is active is the starter button. So then you have to go to starters and add starting fives. You can select any order, the players, and after you click save, you have starting five. So here on the main scouting window, you see the full court, two-sided court. You have teams. So team is offending on the left court, and the red team is offending on the right court. I will just mute somebody so have a voice, have a noise. Okay, so every muted. If you want to interrupt and ask something or just make a notification, you can mute yourself and do it. But at the moment, I have muted all of you. So coming to this. So what we have next, I have a game clock. I'll show you later how to manage it. We have two buttons which are always active when game clock is stopped. It is a gel button and timeout. We have three main buttons for each team. So one for a white team and one for a red team. Set. And now going to menu. So that okay, finish and have jump ball button active. So the only way to start the game is to select a jump. Give me a second. You see my battery is low here. Whenever the PC is not charging, you have that icon showing that your battery is low. So what you have to do is connect the charger. Let me do it. Right after you connect your PC, you are going to see different icons. Please go to the green icon. And plugged in. Okay, so I mentioned before the only way to start the game is to click a jump ball button. I'm sorry, going to give me a So patience, and going back to my screenshot. Excuse me. So the game with a jump ball button, and now we have to select the players who are going for a jump ball. So the player from right team, the player from the red team, and when the race start the clock with their signal, you just start the clock. You see it's running, and now what you have to do is to select the team which recovered the ball. So either it is a white team or a red team. First, I want to talk about the game clock. The game clock can be managed using start clock, but start it or stop it with the same button. You do it the same, start and stop clock with a space bar. So I'm clicking the button, I'm clicking space bar now. Then you can adjust your clock. Use arrows. So for example, you want to adjust seconds or you want to adjust minutes, which is not good idea to adjust, but still sometimes it can be an issue if you forgot to manage your clock. And if you get a clock, you can set any manual figures what you need. Okay, so take care about your clock. You have to check scoreboard and you have to keep your clock consistent. So now I'll tell you how to add actions. As before, we have only 3 action buttons. So it is a button set, made and missed for a shot, a button for a foul, and there is a button for turnover. We do not have other buttons for other actions, for example, assists, steals, rebounds, free throws, because they are the follow-up actions and they do not exist without a shot, without a foul, or without a turnover. So to add shot, or add a foul, or add to turnover, the workflow is you have to select the spot on the court. So first you select where it happens. It can happen anywhere on the court. So whenever the spot, next you have to select a button. So either it is a button from one team, from a team, or it's an action from a white team. So let's talk about the shot. And first, if it is a made shot, you select spot, you select the made shot, and then what you have to do is to select the player. You see, my players are not active, because I have chosen this button, and I already knows it is a 2-point shot. And what we do next is to select the player who made the shot, to provide the shot type, either jump shot or other different kinds of shots. If you want, I can a little bit later tell you what are these types of shots. So first I'm going to select the jump shot, and after jump shot I can select who made an assist. So I'm not granted the same player assist, it is inactive. So any other player. If I just choose no assist button. So here on the action list there is a jump shot. There is a shot, 2-point shot made from player number 4 without any assist. Now other side, going to this, and I will try to add a made shot from the paint. If I select a shot from the paint, or any player from a white team, I will have much more types of shots. These all types are official FIBA types, and this is why they are added here. So for example, I would want to add driving layup, and was a assist from player number 4. So here it is a shot 2-point made with an assist. missed shot. What we have on a missed shot, I would select spot on missed shot. You see, made shot is marked, button marked in the green. Missed shot is marked in the red. I select a player who missed a shot. You see, for there are less choices of the types, but still you have to select a type of a shot for a missed shot. It's a missed shot, and now you see there are much more selections. What can happen a missed shot? If you click any of these buttons, if you click on a player, you see both teams are active. Rebound. So this workflow, you added a missed 3-point shot and a rebound from defensive rebound from white team. Add a missed shot from player number 4, and the same team, for example, even himself. I click. You see, it's offensive rebound player 4. I would add a missed shot, and if found, you can select any team. These are also active. So if I select the red team, you will see a defensive rebound from the team. It is not a personal. Blocked shot is added shot from a player. You have to select a block, but the player from white team, because there was a shot from a red team. And after select the player who made the block, you see it appears here. You still need to add a rebound. So, for example, you can choose any player. You can choose any team. Start this shot. If it is tip in, so it is quite quick way to add it. It is a missed shot from a player number 3, and for example, there was a tip in made from number 7. So you select tip in made number 7, and you see the software automatically added offensive rebounds for the same player who made a tip in. So if the software didn't ask you for a rebound, didn't ask you again who made the shot, it was much quicker to add this tip in action like this. If situations, then there is a 24-second violation without a rebound. You would select shot, and you select violation button. It's just a missed shot. There is no rebound and turnover for a team, because 24 seconds turnover is assigned to a team. One more about adding shots. Effect a missed shot, a rebound, and where I select a made shot from the same team. This is a fast break prompt. What software does, it calculates if the attack after a rebound was not longer than 8 seconds. So it looks at your clock, and if it is short seconds, it will ask you if it is a fast break. So if it is a fast break, you click yes. If it is not a fast break, you click no. Okay. Now I want to show you how to add action, a made shot with a foul. So just I select, there is a made shot, and you see is a foul button is active for our team. So if I select this foul button, I select who made a foul, and I select it as a shooting foul, the software only knows there was a shot made from a player number 3. There was a personal shooting foul on a player number 3, and it automatically selects one free throw. And when I just add made free throw shot, and you see this is player number 3 made the free throw. So it is a quick way to add made shot with a rebound. I will show you again. So it is a made shot from a player. For example, fast break. No assist. There is a button from player number 4, shooting foul. You click made, and this is how quickly I added 2.8 with a foul and free throw made. Fouls to the action, how to add fouls. It is the same workflow. What is with a shot? So use the spot on. You select it is a foul. For example, 7. It is personal foul. You see how many foul types we have. Let's start from a personal foul. It is a personal foul on player number 3. And because it's a personal foul, there are no free throws, and you do not get a free throw window. So there's a foul here from a 7, and it is shooting foul on a player number 7. This assumes it is free throws because I selected the spot inside three-pointer. So next, I can select assist if there's an assist. So for I will check number 3, made an assist. You select both free throws as missed, there will be no assist. But if I say, for example, one free throw made, you see it's an attempt, it is a made shot, and it is assist for player number 3. If I from a team, it is in foul. So yeah, spot. So there will be free throws per the foul. There is a from player shooting on a player number 11. Go next, and you see there are free throw attempts. So for example, I select assist for a player and select all 3 missed shots. This will ask me for a rebound. And you see it is there is no assist here because none of the free throws were made. Next, I will just select, for example, a foul from player number 11, and it was offensive foul on player number 4. It automatically calculates turnover from the same player who made offensive foul. And 4 team fouls here. You can see there are 4 team fouls. So what happens now after team bonus? If I select, for example, here, the team is offending, and I select the foul player from red team, and personal non-shooting foul player number 3. Oops, something went wrong. Number 3. You see that there suggests 2 free throws because it's team bonus. For foul, that the foul happened not on the action of shooting, but because team bonus, it suggests for 2 free throws. I select there is free throws. Other types of fouls. So, for example, if from and it is technical foul. So what to do is to select player who is going to give free throw. You see it is one free throw. You click, you go next, and this is going to give a free throw. So if we miss free throw, the software will not ask for a rebound because the ball stays for the same team. So it, according to FIBA rules, there are no any rebounds after missed free throw. More fouls. Foul player number 4, and it is, for example, like number 6. You see 2 free throws and add outcome. About the fouls for a coach bench, if I select a foul coach, you see it's one free throw. You select the player who is going to give free throws. You go next, and you select an outcome. So for team fouls, you select players. For coach or bench, you select a button appropriate one. Now turnovers. Again, procedure. You select a spot turnover. You select a player who made a turnover, and you set turnover type. So if you select bad pass or ball handling, you will have a chance to select a player who made the steal. So for example, I select number 6, and see there is a turnover and a steal. And you select a turnover, which is, for example, traveling. No suggestions for a steal because after there can be no steal. And turnover for a team, it's like 80 or 24 seconds violation. You select a team, and you select it is 8 or 24 seconds violation. What I tell you about the fouls, the personal fouls, you see different color bars. So here, for player number 4 has 2 fouls. Player has 1 foul. On our team, you see 7, 11, and 44. We have bars. So these may have each 2 personal fouls. Okay, now talk about timeout. Timeout button is active only when the clock is stopped. So select the timeout. I can select the team who made the sense, who took it out, and timeout type. After timeout, you have substitutions. So substitutions, there are 2 buttons. Both of them work the same way. So you select either this button or this button, and you can just take player off and let the player in, or remove all the players and select any players that are going on the court. And what software does, it is not removing all the players, it actually calculates the real substitutions. So it's very handy and easy just to remove all the players and add by any order these players. So in the game, sometimes you might notice that you have incorrect player. For example, I did not notice that after timeout, the player 11 was changed to the player number 9. So do not worry, it is not a big problem in this version. So you still can add actions for a player who is on the bench. For example, miss from player number 9. You can player. You can keep with the game. For example, from player number 9. So what here? Number 9 is assigned with actions, but the action has a red flag. And when you check this action, you see that the software says that the player is not on the court. and not a big problem. You missed the substitution. Just you can go back to the substitution what you had. You go and you may change any player. So, for example, it was actually player number 11 out and the player number 9 in. So it now substitute is edit, and you see flags has disappeared. There is action, which means that everything is correct at the moment. So when you make a mistake with substitutions, do not be stressed. When you have a time, for example, a timeout, you can go back to the action and make edits for the action. One more to show you, important thing which you might notice or might notice not. We have position arrow here, black one, and we have position mark. So what I am? When I started the game, I selected that the white won the first ball, so position arrow switches to the red team. So this is position arrow handling. And whenever I have during the game jump ball situations, for example, there is a clock, it is a ball situation. For example, it is a held ball situation. And see, nothing happens because the position was for red team. So position arrow shows which team gets the ball on the next jump ball situation, and possession, this green mark, shows possession for each attack. So for example, now see that the red team has a possession because it's green and it's calculated automatically. So for example, if I add a mate shot, you see, I just select a mate and it jumps to other team. So possession goes to other team because there was a mate shot. Now with the ball, and if I, for example, turn over from this team, it goes possession to the red. So you actually don't have to follow it. It is every time it is calculated automatically, just so that you know that this possession is always calculated by software. You have jump situation. So now you see it is a possession for red team. And if it is a jump ball situation, the white team should get the ball. So if I select a jump ball, it is a held ball. The software will ask me for turnover because the red team loses the ball. So it is a player number 9 made a turnover, player 1 made a steal. And when I take the clock, you see the arrow jumps to the other side. As before, green possession mark is calculated automatically by software. Possession arrow is calculated every time you click a jump ball or a new period starts. So the software then automatically switches possession arrow to different team. Okay. Now to go to editing actions. Actually, it is very quick and easy to edit actions in this version. So, for example, I will add for you without assist. This is a 3-point shot made without assist. If I accidentally click no assist, or for example, the caller did not call an assist, but later he told that there is an assist, so you just click this action in action list, and you the player who made an assist. So actually, it's a 3 clicks. You select action, you select assist, and you select done, and assist is added here. If, for example, it was not 3-point made shot, but it is a 2-point made shot. Again, you go to the action, you set location, you select here, and it is a 2-point made shot. And very quickly, select an action, select different, and shot value recount and the score correct. It actually was missed, not made. Very easy. Just click action, select it's a missed shot. After answer will ask you rebound instead of assist. You can either to the team or you for a player. And what it is a 2-point miss with a rebound. What if I had the shot miss, but actually it was a blocked shot? You go to action editing, you select a blocked shot, the prompt for a block. You go next, block is inserted. So this is a fast way to edit actions. If I made some substitution and this substitution was incorrect, actually it was a player number, for example, 11 instead of number player 6, you do not need any extra actions to do to insert any other substitutions because probably the game clock is already different that you had substitution. So you click this substitution action and this remove player number 6 because it was not player number 6 but it was player number 11. To proceed and you see the substitution is corrected and the player number 11 is on the court. So again, it is very easy to make corrections. You do not need to add any extra action. Okay, end of the period. Clock already finished, game clock already finished, but actually you still have actions to add the action. The clock expires. The only thing what you can add is a foul. But if you want to add, for example, a turnover or a shot, put a little bit up. For example, it's here the second. Go up and you select the court and you can add again any actions that you wanted. So for example, it is a missed shot. Just these buttons, available buttons, and it is still 1 second to go. And if I start the clock, you see when it expired, no rebound appears. So of the game, there is no bound button because that means it automatically means 24 seconds violation. And when it expires, it's not 24 seconds violation, it's just a shot without a rebound. When you finish the period, you have to click End Period button and then Confirm Period. So you just the score, you check with the scoreboard. If it is correct, you just do Confirm Now. And second period. To start second period, you click this Setup Period button. You see subs are active, so you can just substitutions if you need for a second period. And lock, just check the position. When you start the clock, position arrow goes to other team, while position for a rating. On a break, you probably wanted to print a box score, so you can use this quick print button. This means if you click this button, the reports already being printed on your printer, so the printer which you selected in setup actions, and the copies what you selected, the number of copies what you selected. If you want to check box score, you go to reports and the score, check to show efficiency, the box score being generated, and that you can print a report preview window again, it's number of copies. The print is already selected. So if you click print, the box score is going to be printed. If you click download button, you will have reports downloaded on your PC. There are box scores. If I play some just scoring actions, also you can print a start. This is what you do before game. So you have here information about the game statistics. It will be first games, so I think there will not going to be any statistics, just some information about players. But we have also a score sheet is not working because digital score sheet software is going to be used there. So there are different kind of reports which are not very rare, but just for you for an idea what you can do there. If on any time on the game, you can go to game setup. You can back to game setup, and for example, you added for player, so you can go to add players. For example, the player number 9 actually is the player number 19, so there is no problem. Just to correct number 9 to number 19, go to the window back again, and you see the white team has the player number 19 instead of 9. And if you generate the box score again, we'll see that we do not have a player number 9. It is number 19 here, and also what he had before. I think I mentioned all the things. The last thing, what I want to use team sites from this window as well, from the main window. I check if teams are switching their sites. The teams are switching their sites automatically after 2 periods. You don't have to click it. And I think what I wanted to explain about editing, here I have 20 to 25 actions on this list. So depending on how big these actions are, so you can go back to 20 actions and to edit these actions. And if you need to edit actions which were a long time ago, you should go to action log, and this is a button for action log. So here you see all the actions there from the game. So all software can use filters. For example, you can check only red team actions. You select the red team, but the action has white team as well. And this is because there was a block from red team, and the block cannot exist without missed shot. So this is why all these actions are selected, and they are marked like linked actions. So if I want to go and edit, I just click on any action, on any pencil of any action. And I can still select this was as a missed shot instead of blocked shot. So block would appear. And what happens, for example, if I want to delete a steal? It is a problem to delete a steal. You have and turnover stays. But for example, if I delete turnover, I can, but steal is not going to stay because steal cannot exist without turnover. So if I selected to delete the turnover, I would click yes, and both actions disappeared because they are linked actions. In this, you can not just edit and delete actions, you can insert missed actions. So what I have to do, so just remove. What you have to do, issues. For example, you forgot to add some actions just before period end. So you select an action and you would like to insert later something. So we can insert, it's a short foul, turnover, timeout, substitution, free throw. You can insert, for example, assist, because assist cannot exist with a shot. So if you want to assist, you have to find some certain action made short, for example, and assist there. Okay. So with all things what I wanted to tell you, just some things here. Your feed will be in green because your game is going to go to the TV, and you have to also check if the icon is green. If the icon is green, that means all actions are going to the server, and users from all over the world, they can see statistics online. Just let's check. Let me have a webcast. Yes, this is Genius Sports version of webcast. The FIBA version is different, but still, you see the actions that you added and all the actions that are going to server, and because this webcast icon is green, it is displayed like as the webcast. The problem, and you have to find the reason why your actions are not going to the server. If you see any problems, you have to contact FIBA. You have Skype contacts from FIBA, from their support, and they are going to give you a information how to solve your problems. And last thing, these are some score status. So whenever you have delays, interruptions in your game, you would to select the reason for delay. For example, there was some injury, so this is medical issue. And for example, if this delay is going to be more than 5 minutes, you should check it, and you have medical issue message here. I will just quickly go to the end of this period. Just a second of finishing. It is the same as we had at the end period. I have to click end period. I have to confirm period 4. And the teams changed automatically. Next, I would set a period. I would start period 3. The same way what I started first 2 periods. So I will just stop sharing my screen and we'll read some questions. Okay, how many shots into location? Let me check if it is already implemented. By the way, we have updates very often. Like, so it's still being updated and updated. Okay, so let's start it. This is a main shot. No assist. And to add a free throw. So what you do is to go to action log. You select made shot. Have to insert foul. So you insert file. By team. It is file on player 7. I selected correct team. Okay, from team number red team. Shooting from player number 3. You insert a free throw. It is a number 3, 1 free throw. It is a made shot. And you select a file which is linked to. Yeah. Okay, so this is how to insert a foul and a free throw. If you missed it and noticed after some actions, but if you just add a make shot, there is no, you still have this foul button active. So no other action happens. You can still use this button, foul for player number 8, shoot foul, and use that this 1 free throw. If you miss this foul and free throw and you added some more actions, you have it. And if you don't add any actions, you can still select the foul button. It is active, and you can add this. Okay, do you have any more questions? Actually, just use your mic and add questions. Your questions just nothing but asking. If you do not have actual questions, I will just show you how to finish the game. So it's 2-3 minutes until the end. But if I'm not going to, I will not have a chance to show you how to do any other things. Okay. Questions at the moment? Just if you have questions, just unmute yourself and ask it. I'm not going to check chat again because I have to switch between sharing screen and going back to WebEx window. So go to the end of the game. I will just this period. I finished the period. Okay, I go to the 4th period. So for example, I would just make a result. So what's when I have equal result, and this is a 4th period, we go to the end of the game, and with the result, I finish it, and software will automatically start a overtime. Anything more? For example, I did not show you how to add shots, and when the jump situation for rebound. So I select the miss shot, and I do rebound. I can say on ball. It is a contested rebound, and because position arrow goes to red team, the software automatically asks for a pair from red team. So this is easy to add a ball situation, and it is the same with the turnovers. So if, for example, I have a turnover, I have a ball situation. So this is a for red team. This is here. So I selected turnover. excuse me, if I do a jump ball situation, it is a health ball. This automatically will ask for turnover and steal because this team loses the ball because of possession arrows. Instead of you choosing turnover for a player number 8 and steal from number 7, and then selecting jump ball and health ball and things like this, actually you just run a game and it is a jump ball situation. You just select a jump ball and the soccer will automatically ask for turnover and steal if possession changes. So you see it is used to jump ball situations. Okay, so we'll just add the shot to have some winner. I will go to the end of the game. So I finished the period. I earned the score. And now it knows that I have to finish a match because the score is not equal and have a winner. So I finish match. And what I have to do after I finish my work, I have to finalize the game. Finalizing a game means that all the edits are done and I do not want to do any edits. Everything is correct. So with finalize game, I spectators. For example, let's see 5,000. Also add spectators at any game time when I go to game information. So you can add it here as well. So I add spectators. I click yes. And happens now, all actions here are inactive. So if I want to correct nothing active, I cannot choose anything. So be sure that you made all the action edits before you finalize the game. Okay, chat. So whenever you have any trouble during the game, you have to contact the FIBA on using their Skype account, and this is should be provided to you by Federation. And if you have any other questions after you have some kind of you have to some improvements, you can always contact Genius Sports. So I will type my own email that you can use to contact me. This is my, and also you can contact Genius Sports support. So type account. Whenever some information from Genius Sports site, you can contact me via email or you can contact support site. They are always available there. And if you have urgent cases during the game, you should contact FIBA support. So do you still have any questions? Or to finish the Just want to thank everyone who participated here. I hope this webinar was good for you. You just knew some new things. And just want to wish you good luck in your games. Good luck, operators, and good luck for your national team as players. Okay, everyone, have a nice evening.